Now we can just be like, "Hmm. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You gotta admit that's cool.
Hunger caution.
That's like actually kind of awesome." Then we just boop, comes back up. Oh, that's sick. Hello everyone. I'm Level 36 and welcome back to Stationeers.
Hunger caution.
So I've been doing some between sessions setup for things, and I noticed something odd, and then I noticed something that is rather unfortunate. Seems our script here, which is still somehow not working properly, I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that some more, because it should figure out, hey, you know, I don't have anywhere to go. Time to return to base. Um, Fine. It done goofed the return position of something, which I didn't think it should be able to do, but then again, I obviously didn't know what I was doing when I put this together, and I'm probably going to just rewrite it from scratch. Because it swapped a nitrogen filter into our oxygen filtration. So now our O2 system is about 10% nitrogen. Now, in and of itself, this is not that terrible. It doesn't look like anything else got contaminated. Everything else is pure. But I don't know how far through the system that issue has propagated. I think the best thing we can do right now, especially since I'm still grinding up tons of ice, because I did a whole bunch of mining, is to quarantine this system as much as possible. Because we're going to have to figure out how to filter out all of the nitrogen from our oxygen system and dump it back into our nitrogen line. In and of itself, this shouldn't be that difficult. So need to get some food going here. But yeah, I think my attempt at being clever there with that script is starting to cause me more trouble than it's been worth. It might have been just worth making some higher capacity filters and just manually swapping them out. I wasn't super intending on starting an episode right now, so sorry if stuff isn't totally ready for this, but yeah, you get to see me do some troubleshooting. What are you trying to replace now? Nothing was... Oh, okay, maybe that is fine. It's actually a CO2 filter. I'm like paranoid now. I don't know how it happened. It stores the position that it is returning those filters to, and it shouldn't do anything else. I think there's some bugs still with this whole system that might be causing some of this pain. Let me just make sure it went back to the right spot. Yeah, that's fine. It did the right thing that time. Yeah. Jeez. Oh, it's getting pretty close, actually. 800 Kelvin, so it's got a little ways to go, but luckily we still have a good amount of nitrogen left. Alright, so the easiest way to do this, I think, is going to just be to grab a filtration system. We might actually... Yeah. So we need to pump everything from the oxygen line because we want... Nice thing is this is just oxygen and nitrogen. So we essentially just need to take all of the this is the input, this is the output, and this is the waste. So if we grab some oxygen filters, that's an air conditioner, whoops. We grab the unfiltered filters. So if we grab some oxygen filters, this should be able to progressively draw out all of the nitrogen from the O2 system, dump it back into the nitrogen system, and we'll all be fine and dandy. This isn't that big of a deal. It just was slightly annoying. Some pipes, some wires, some more wires. Yeah, I was making all of the needed stuff to do the upstairs. That's still kind of my plan for today. So unfiltered output, go this way. Wrench. That's still my plan for the day, is to build all the stuff for the rooms upstairs. So we're going to plan out our floor layout, where we're going to put our actual grow area, run some pipes to get the atmospherics and water up there, and then, kind of lay out all that stuff. We're probably not going to get into it terribly much this episode, but I'll probably... Let's just finish this off. Let's see. So we need... to finish this. Pipes. Screwdriver and vehicle. Go. This should just require power. Into our existent power. Be fine now. Grab some O2 filters, and then the crisis is averted. On them, like, please. Alright. That'll take a while, but it should, in theory, be reducing the amount of nitrogen in the system. It's got about 70 moles to process. At least on the pipe network. I have no clue how much is in the tank out there. I don't really want to think about that. I don't know.
Hydration critical.
About 10%, which is a lot. But should do it eventually. So, unfortunately, that is going to be rough on these filters, so we'll have to keep an eye on them. But, should be fine. You're still doing your stuff. Ooh, it's getting pretty close. I'm going to drop a clip in here, but the deep drills are producing so much ore. I think there's something a little wrong with the gas turbine though. So watch that real quick. Yeah. It was like absolutely chock full of resources, which is great. Like I like that, but it's also kind of concerning because I don't know if that thing's going to shake itself to pieces at some point with how it's shut down. Although, you know, it is still new territory for me. I've never really interacted with these kind of late game stuff. Alright, I'm gonna grab some water, and then I'm gonna start printing a whole bunch of walls so we can plan out our layout for the upstairs and get ready to do that. So I'll see everyone in a moment. Again, I am back, and I have done a significant amount of prep. It seems like I've been running my printers for about 3 hours, but we should have everything made to actually expand the base and do the upstairs stuff. I think my little quick solution here to filter out all the nitrogen, I had to swap one of the filters once, but it's still working. We're down to about 2%. I know this is not the most efficient way of doing this. The best way would probably be to pump out that whole tank into my input line and then just re-filter it. Because we're refiltering a lot of the same oxygen here. But maybe when we get down the last percent or so, I'll switch it up, try something different. But yeah, I'm glad I went and did some mining between episodes and got a whole bunch of resources because I haven't had to do that, and we've got a lot more stuff in our lockers now. A whole bunch of the genetics parts for our plants, because a big part of our upstairs area is going to be a new greenhouse to grow more than just potatoes. I would like to make other food to improve the mood of my stationeer, as well as like an actual proper living space with a bed and a shower and maybe even a cryo chamber if we can figure out how that works. That looks kind of terrifying. We have to make very, very cold liquid nitrogen, or I guess not liquid, but gaseous, very cold gaseous nitrogen. We've got all of the pipes to run our resources upstairs. We've got a bunch of wires and walls. I did put all of that stuff in the airlock because I figured we'd be, you know, doing most of it outside, so I wanted to have it accessible without having to run the airlock like 70 billion times. So a bunch of cabling, a bunch of this stuff. The last thing I will print was a couple APCs. Yeah, area power controllers. I'd like 4 of those, please. Just because I don't want to deal with transformers being everywhere. I think APCs are slightly better. I don't know. The battery slot is nice. And they look nicer. Like this is, yeah, it doesn't look bad, but that just blends in a little bit better. But yeah, the goal is to be able to grow, at the very least, our soy, our wheat, and potatoes, because that is what we have. And then I think in maybe probably not next episode, because the next episode or next couple of episodes are probably going to be setting up the agricultural area and all that. Because really my goal for this episode is just to lay out the upstairs and figure out what is going where. Maybe put the first few bits of it in. But we're going to get our agricultural setup done so we can make some more better foods. It's cycle airlocked outside. But beyond that, yeah, I think today's just going to be mostly setup. So I did a lot of setup between sessions, but I figured I wanted to let you guys actually see me build the things and figure out where stuff is going to go instead of just dumping it all out there. But I did want to, before we get to that, I realized I had done a big dumb when I did the installed that tank on the underside of the airlock last episode. In fact, I got another tank and some more pipes and a regulator and we are going to need some cable coils as well, because I installed this on the Mars atmosphere side. So this side is the side that deals with the, like, Martian atmosphere. This is our actual, base atmosphere side. So when I was saying that we didn't have enough volume in this pipe to backfill the airlock, I didn't fix that with this. This did nothing effectively. I mean, it made it so that the 2 kPa that we pump back into the atmosphere is ever so slightly slower, actually, because it's being held at a lower pressure now that there's more volume. I'm kind of fine with it, though, because it stopped it from condensing, which I kind of didn't realize was happening. But, yeah. Also, the fact that there's condensate in this pipe, I guess, isn't that terrible. It's just condensed pollutant, which we might be able to actually take advantage of for some, like, pressure-based filtering. But this is the side where we actually needed our bigger tank. So we're gonna cut out a little bit of space over here and quickly install a pressure tank. Yeah, I think we'll do this like let's just turn my tank down. I think we'll just do this. There's the input. So there. Like so. Put that in. And then we come over here and deconstruct this pipe right here. Come back. We need to grab our back pressure regulator. That's unfortunate. Is there a mirror version of this? Oh well, we'll just have to run a little bit more cable. Back pressure regulator. Wait. No, that doesn't work, because that's gonna... Might need some more bits. So what we essentially need to do is have a... Yeah, we just need a regular valve and the back pressure regulator, because we are going to need to... The back pressure regulator is going to serve to safety the system, so we can purge back into the rest of the network. But then the back to install this way, in fact. The goal would be a regular check valve, a one-way valve, would allow the system to charge, but not discharge. This back. So if we just grab this and our wire converter, or that in like that, and like that. And now that has some stuff in it. Now we just need a regular valve, and that should work. We should probably turn that on and configure it, shouldn't we? access it, and then we set this to about, let's just say 45, or let's just go with 6 megapascals. That'll be a reasonable amount. That room should not be more than 6 megapascals in this size of tank. So hopefully that'll be fine, and it won't explode and take out half my base. But if it does, well, how unfortunate. But then nonetheless, we can fix that. We can finish that, because I'm sure we'll have to come back into the base at some point anyway, because I'm sure I will have forgotten something. But the biggest part of what we're doing is installing walls. So let's grab our walls. Let's grab our flat walls, or ceilings, as I tend to use them. I also did print out some composite window shutters, because I thought they might look neat, like our little bedroom area. And then we'll get the stuff to finish them in a minute. I want to do our layout first. And of course it's nighttime now, because it's almost always nighttime on Mars. So instead of doing this, because I want to be able to see while I do this, we'll finish fixing the airlock. Oh, also I figured out how the terrain manipulator worked. I was kind of laying around, so I finished, like, kind of smoothing out the terrain right in front of the airlock. So the airlock shouldn't fill barely at all, because we have it disconnected currently. Yeah, there. Massive wind surge. Oh, why am I going that way? Valve. Just need one of you. Although, let's actually grab some more. We're going to be doing some plumbing for the upstairs, so worth having a few accessible. Been super happy with our power system. We haven't had any blackouts. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen that thing go below like 50%, which has been great. And, you know, knowing how long it's going to take to charge or discharge, it's nice, even if it's not super accurate. It's nice. Rough estimate. I do hope all of you are having a good day. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're finding this fun and interesting content. I haven't seen the arm break anything else yet, although we haven't really been processing a ton of gases, but I still don't know entirely how that happened. So it's still kind of concerning. But, you know what? We'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. Alright, so this should actually charge that line now. So all of the gas from our airlock should be going into that tank. And then when we refill the airlock, it should come back into this environment. Let's see. Let's grab our tablet. Yeah, so that's got, 800 kilopascals of pressure in it, which is easily doable. I mean, we probably could have done just an inline tank and this would have worked fine. But yeah, the idea is now we have a one-way valve here. That one-way valve allows gas that should be at about 1 megapascal, although it isn't, to enter into this tank Why do we have no gas in the network? I don't know what's happening there. Hopefully it's fine. Okay then. Assumedly that's okay. I don't know why pollutants are in that line. There shouldn't be any pollutants. That should be our breathing air system. Now I'm just confused. Well, let's see if the airlock pressure ends faster this time. Good. I don't know if this is what I would consider as faster. I don't know if you've made an improvement. I'm just saying I did something wrong and like crossed the feeds here somewhere. Why is this empty? Maybe why? Not. But I turned that off a while ago, but we had like 3 megapascals stored up. I guess every time we run that airlock, a decent amount of our atmospheric gas gets pulled out. I have it set to, oh yeah, 1.5%. Well, that should help out with it now. Also, just grab some water while we're down here. I'm looking forward to not having to come down into the basement to get food and water every time. You know, originally I was saying that this area down here was going to be like solely a utility space and we weren't like going to be down here all the time, but now I feel like I spend more time on the lower level than I do on the main level. So hopefully we can fix that. Okay, you're doing, oh, we're down to 1.7. Yeah, this is working. Is it the most efficient? No, it's not, but it's working. And that's all I can ask of it. It's not isolated, is it? So we're pulling directly off of those lines. I was just worried because I had shut this off a while ago and I think it's still doing right. So furnace is still fine. So yeah, I'm looking forward to not being in the basement of the base all the time anymore. So let's head out and hopefully now this will actually run a little bit faster now that we've put 2 charges of air down into that tank. Because it's all about pressure differentials. I do love the little alarm. Although, now that we have plenty more walls, we can actually finish the walls in here. We did these, but we did this. There we go. We go. That looks nicer. No more cables everywhere. Complete airlock. And it's sunny out, so we can build our upstairs. So yeah, for the upstairs, what was I thinking? So we need a living quarter space, so kind of a bed, shower space, and a food space. So let's be honest, the priority here is the food. Because there are a lot of crops that we want to grow, because, whoops, this one. If we go back to our organics and food, realistically, I'd like to maybe try and grow most of these things. Our concern right now is with just wheat, soy. I think it's soy that we have. Yeah, wheat, soy, and potatoes, because those are the three crops we have currently. But if we do get a trading trade station set up, we will be able to acquire some more of these, hopefully. That will give us tons of interesting foods to make, and I'd like to actually make some of these. I think that's a big goal for the next series, for sure, is to not subsist off of solely potatoes for now 305 days. We are quickly approaching a year on Mars. And I'd like to have a birthday cake on Mars celebrating a year here. Let's actually also check putting that on. Yeah, this thing has a ton of resources in it. And the problem is it just doesn't shut itself off ever to process it, because these 4 deep drills keep it stocked up. I did not realize these things were nearly as efficient as they were. If I did, I would have done this so long ago. So long ago. That's another thing. Next series. Deep drills. Quickly. Man, the amount of time I've spent between sessions mining is painful. So one thing we do have to consider is our power for our elevator is right here, so we can't totally disconnect that. But we can move our power around. This is just running up the side of the base. So what I was thinking, if we kind of hover up here, I was thinking we would, so our entrance is right here, and I kind of wanted to have go left or go right to go to your different areas. So if you go left, you'd end up in living quarters kind of area. If you go right, you go to kind of a little kitchen-y area, and then leave most of the back of this area for agriculture, farm kind of stuff. So I was gonna see if we couldn't fit most of our living space stuff in this space here-ish. So I figured, yeah, we are going to have to disconnect this stuff to start. Oops. Let's just put this away and this away, or grab our wire cutters. Sorry, elevator, you're not going to work for a minute. Honestly, I should have disconnected this door a long time ago, though. This has been a continual hazard to just opening and ruining our base's atmospherics. Screwdriver real quick and pop that off the wall, or I guess a hand drill. This is a composite wall at least, but I need a angle grinder to tear it apart. There we go. So what I figured I kind of wanted to do is, I want to mess around with these, the composite window shutters, because I think they look cool. So I wanted to come out of the elevator, because that's going to be open normally. And then have like a little tiny area here to kind of just stand in, a little aisleway to walk. So I figured it'd be nice to just put like these. There is a connector, and there's also this controller. I kind of hate that the controller is like this big, but I figure maybe I can put it on the wall like there, and then do the shutters like this. And that way there's like this nice window that you can open from right on that side. Then we just have like some normal type 1 interior walls here. Then we'll have a door here. I want this space to be the little like shower. So if we just put a wall in there, wall in there, that should be fine. Then this is where I figured I'd put the like bed itself. Is right here. I might make this stick out just one more so there's like a little bit more space. So we'll have still a large majority of this will be for the good old hydroponics setup. We'll have plenty of space for hydroponics. But yeah, I figured maybe we'll have wall here, wall there, wall there, and then perhaps the controller, because I'd like to do more windows over here, so the controller like there. Obviously this is dependent on the windows functioning the way I think they do, or they all just have to be connected at all. Can't I find the one? It's the one I want. There we go. Nice 3 windows looking out over our empire down below. Yeah, then over on this side, kind of something similar. We'll probably have like a little utility space there. Broom closet sorts. I don't want all of these to be walls. Kind of forgot about that. I do want to use a decent amount of windows up here. But one of the things that I was thinking about was controlling the light, because since this is going to be mostly a grow space, I want the I want to be able to tell my plants how much sunlight they get, not just trust it. So we'll do a solid wall on that side. And also, more windows means more need to air condition this space, because we are going to need to control the temperature up here. I guess it won't be disconnected from the rest of the base atmospherically entirely, but our one AC unit over there is already kind of struggling to cool the whole base, which, props to it. My home AC unit doesn't work that well. If I had this much space and I expected it to cool that much space, it wouldn't be happy. But then again, this is Space H10, so, we'll make some allowances for that. Yeah, I think we'll do wall there, and then I want to Yeah, we could have always just put these like on the outside, because I kind of was thinking about going around the whole station and putting like a casing around everything so that it all looks not just like this. So we could have just put these on the exterior of all of the windows. That might have looked nice. And it's nighttime again. Damn it. Oh well. Can't have everything. Let's put some shutters along this wall here. Then if I get the connector, and I just go like, loop, there. That should connect all of those. Then if I get one of these, say I want to put some in the ceiling here, so let's just do it this. Nice ceiling lights. I get another connector there. Put my control panel for all of the lights. Actually, I think I want this over on this end. Then I grabbed some more of the windows. But let's just kind of go for it. I want to be able to see out when I want to be able to see out. So let's just do it for windows all the way down the side. Is this probably going to be a little bit expensive? Maybe. So that should be all of the walls I require for now. And then if we need to install some more walls on the atmospherics end of things, we can do that as we see fit. But all of these are going to require a bunch of stuff to assemble. And I'm kind of really excited to see how these windows function. Do we actually want to put some more in? I kind of think, as far as the ceiling lights, the skylights go, maybe some, like, maybe just one there, so we have 2 blocks in between. Maybe just throw another connector in there. Yeah, I think that looks kind of neat. Then as far as power delivery is concerned, I think we're going to tap power on this side instead of this side. I want to just run it over to that little utility closet thing that I was talking about. How much heavy cable did I print out? Enough. Good. Put that back. We want the flat walls still. We shouldn't. I printed way too many walls. I did not realize how many walls I was actually going to need. Let's turn our flashlight on as well. And then wire. We'll grab our. I think I'm going to need actually some more transformers because I want to throw a transformer medium up there. I don't want to be limited to just 5 kW. Because then we're going to run into 2 separate APCs because I want to have one, or maybe even 3. One for the living quarters and one for the, whatchamacallit, at least one for the hydroponics area. Pressurize. Pressurize faster? Why was it so much quicker before? I swear I've done something wrong. Like, there should be plenty of pressure in that tank. Unless I installed that back pressure regulator the wrong way, and it's just, like, absolutely emptying that tank out. Which I might have, now that I think about it. I probably did. It's having to draw through. Dang it. Need like 2 ones. Dang it, I bet that's exactly what happened. Fine. Yeah, like this, I set it down a couple degrees as well, and it's still like 28 in here, which isn't a problem. We're not at risk of blowing anything up at 28C, but it's not necessarily ideal. Oh yeah, our elevator doesn't work right now. I should have just powered the elevator down in the basement. There we go. Transformers. Let's grab some plastic sheets, some steel sheets, and some glass sheets, because that's what we're going to need to start building this stuff. Look at the other transformer. Like, did I just gun goofify all of that? Like, drop the other one somewhere? Am I absolutely losing my brain? Oh, okay. Yeah. I only needed 3 for medium. Let's go check on this real quick. See how badly I done diddly goofed it. I swear, I checked that. I put in a pressure regulator and not a back pressure regulator. So it was just emptying that tank. I needed this one. Three kPa should be fine. The 50 is fine. Turn that on. Now, that's like the 5th time I've done that this series. This should hold pressure, and this would be filling that. Okay. Jeez. Leave it to me to do a big dumb. We were running cable. So we need our... Keep holding the wrong key. Heavy cable coil. Let's see. Not alt. Transformer medium. We build you there. Go grab those APCs. we can stick these on the wall over here. On 2 and possibly 3. We'll put it in. We won't use it yet. Then heavy cable coil. Connect it up. Really glad that that window doesn't like prevent cabling. I was going to be very concerned there for a second. And now we can actually run power to things. So if we grab our regular cable coils, go out from here, and like straight out across, this can be the power for our like little room area stuff and this door right here. Can't go through controller, however. That could prove somewhat difficult for some things at some point. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. Because we're going to have to put a door in as well. Oh, we need that to construct that. Go, all those are constructed. What else do you need to construct? Plastic sheets. Glass sheets, perhaps? Alright. None of this is on, because we have not actually turned the power on yet. But if we wrench open these friends... As far as I've read, this is also how you're kind of supposed to set up your power networks more aptly. Let's pump a good 2 kW out. And we turn green. Oh, okay, it did. Now we can just be like... Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You gotta admit that's cool.
Hunger caution.
That's like actually kind of awesome. Then we just... Boop. Comes back up. Oh, that's sick. Boop. 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 Oh, I'm just gonna play with that. I love that. Boop. I don't know why that makes me so happy. Now, if only this could just be like right in the middle there. That would make me ever so slightly happier. So, I did grab some doors. So let's grab these. So my understanding of things, interior doors are non-powered and they kind of just let air go through them. There's a couple different styles. So we could definitely use one here. My only thought is we don't actually have an airlock here, so this door opens, all of our atmosphere just goes out. So I kind of wanted to have, well, I need to have a sealed door here, because I suspect that the atmosphere in the plant area is going to want it to be different than the rest of our atmosphere. But also, I kind of then want to have a regular door here, too. I was thinking instead of glass doors, we could do, like, a nice composite door. Please. Like, right there. The only problem then being... is getting power through. Which I guess we could just go up and over. Wouldn't be the worst thing, because most of the lights are going to be on the upper edge. Anyway. Yeah, that's what we'll do. What do you need? I have a full inventory, that's what you need, so I need to go drop some stuff off. And get some water, because my guy is going to die. So let's see if now that I maybe actually fix the airlock this time, it functions more quickly. Survey says maybe not.
Oxygen critical.
I'm not happy yet. Keep forgetting that partial pressures are still a thing. I'm not waiting this whole time. We're gonna do this again once more. Let's quickly swap out our waste tank as well. Pump that down. A snack. Drink some water. And yeah, you know, I know you want a shower. We're working on it. We're working on it, Mr. Stationeer. Hopefully I have enough cable coils, because I know that these are going to be pretty cable coil intensive builds now that I've put so many composite windows up there. There we go. Or I guess we could always just duck out and around with power. But let's go add some cable coils into all this stuff. That actually could prove... Well, okay, so it can go there. It just can't go in the middle or through the bottom. Oh, it can go down the side. Okay. So we could put it right there. That's fine then. Don't think we can get that to connect. We'll figure it out. Screwdriver. Oh. Some of them, like... Okay. It's weird that not all of them require that. Only the connectors do. Yeah, these composite windows are super cool and I love them, and I'm going to use them absolutely everywhere in all of my future builds forever, because they're really cool, and can't convince me otherwise. Nor should you try. Let me love this thing. Nah, just joking. You guys are great. I love my audience. You are the best audience. Plastic sheets. Steel sheets and a welding torch. Oh, that's getting expensive now. Right. Let's grab our steel sheets. Luckily, we did bring some of those up. Welding torch. I need to... Okay. Somehow I feel like these may not be implemented properly. Need steel sheets and a welding torch, but you're gonna use it in the most weird way possible. Yeah, getting... I guess for this one, we'll have to go over the ceiling. We can take stuff through that, so that's fine. Okay, so we'll go out, down, turn that on, toggle all of the... Oh, do not work? Oh, we didn't put glass. Never actually finished all of these. It's like about to be very upset. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You gotta admit that's pretty cool. We can even write a script to have them close automatically when we want to, like, regulate the sunlight into the plants, use grow lights otherwise. Yeah, kind of that's one of the reasons I have this other APC is because I'm going to probably need more than a few grow lights, so I wanted to have my own power available for just that. Ceiling power. So this will be for all the ground stuff and all of that. That'll be for just grow lights. Then let's go into here, and we'll need to finish building all of these. So, plastic sheets. Glass sheets. More plastic sheets. We need another wall. Go. Building torch. Do that. Glass sheets and a crowbar. Construct that. Boop. No, wrong button. Okay. Yeah, this door is a problem. Luckily, it wasn't that bad. So yeah, this will be my little bedroom area. Let's grab our interior door and see how one of these looks. Let's get one. What looks... Yeah, this might be good for power. What do I need to build it? Plastic sheets. Yeah. Nice little shower room. Does it kind of hang out the side of the base a little bit? Yeah, you can't win them all. Cool. I think it's coming together. And then let's see real quick. Interior door. Yeah, for our electrical room, I need more plastic sheets. Stack of plastic sheets. I put that one backwards? I did. Hopefully this doesn't cause problems. Seems to have been okay. Alright. Well, it's coming together. We're going to need a couple more walls, because I want to have walls on all of the walls. There we go. We now have our atmospherics, or not atmospherics, our space for growing the things, space for cooking the things, cooking slash eating the things, I should say. You might actually separate the window controllers in that case. And our space for sleeping. Strictly necessary? No. Still want to have one there because I think it looks better if it's fully sealed up. Yes. We also want to put our other actual door in. So that we can have a fully kind of closed off space. This is going to be so nice. You're going to have the ability to do all the things we... Oh, that's not good. All the stuff that we want to do up here. So we have our... I'll do the roof off camera. It's just going to be more me placing all this. It's just going to be these kind of flat walls. Same as we have downstairs. The large... I think I'm going to do the... Ah! The triangle, the corner triangles. I found them. Oh, that makes me so happy. But, essentially... I think it was. Maybe not. Yeah, we're just gonna do some flat walls for the ceiling, so we have a nice enclosed space, ceiling, all that good stuff. I'm so happy I found these corner pieces. That's gonna make this look so much better. I have to figure out where else I need to put them. So I was thinking, man, it's really weird that we don't have these, but we do. They exist. I just didn't know which ones they were. But anyway, I'll do that off camera. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I've certainly enjoyed making this series for you guys. If you have enjoyed this, and you enjoyed the boop and the windows closing, it's so cool. I love that so much. If you enjoyed this as well, please drop a like and a subscribe for more. And I can do each one individually too. That's so awesome. I love this. I'm just going to play with this forever now. If you've enjoyed this, and you also want to play with the composite window shutters, drop a like and a subscribe, and come back next week for more content. More videos. Can I even do it with you don't even need to have them powered. I mean, it's awesome to have them powered because they all run at once, and you can even control them via a script, but, you know, Yeah, that's cool. I love that. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day.